Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nibiru channel. It is January 22nd, 2017, and I just received an alert that an 8.0 magnitude earthquake has just struck in the South Pacific, specifically the Solomon Islands. And we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into this information. I immediately pulled up a lot of the earthquake maps that I use. And as you can see, just in the past several hours, we've had a lot of larger earthquakes. 4.9 in Chile, followed by another 4.7 in Argentina. There were several earthquakes in South America. There were several earthquakes that are now occurring on the African continent. And then let's just stroll straight over here to the South Pacific, and let's take a look at these earthquakes. Now, as you can see, it is registering two different earthquakes, a magnitude 8, 47 minutes ago, Papua New Guinea, and it's also registering another magnitude 8. Not too far, looks to be pretty close, right on the shoreline. Now, I do know they have issued a tsunami warning for the area. I'm looking at different agencies that are reporting, and the European agency has this at a 7.9 magnitude, and I'm very, very surprised the USGS has this also as an 8.0. Now, the situation's going to arise because this was a very deep earthquake, and you can see the reverberation of this earthquake is going to be felt clean through the entire country of Australia, and probably within the days to come, you're probably going to see some devastating earthquake activity down in New Zealand and possibly in Japan. You may see more earthquakes further east in the Indonesian islands and as far up as into China. However, the big picture is going to be the west coast of the United States, specifically from the state of Washington and Oregon along the Canadian border, all the way down through Mexico, specifically the area of California and South America. Now, these earthquakes in South America, you do have some of them that do occur here to the north near Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. However, the majority of these earthquakes, they fall right along this fault line, and Chile is usually the victim. But I want to go ahead and just check the 3D earthquake tracker, because I know there were several other earthquakes that occurred, and they're not up on these other feeds right now. So we're going to just go ahead and turn this all the way down and try to check the last few earthquakes on this 3D tracker. Now, something that's kind of odd are these earthquakes that are occurring in Africa. They're not listed right now on this feed, but I could go and check the other feeds for this. We have an earthquake right now. And that looks to be a 2.9 up in Alaska. But let's move to this earthquake over here in the Solomon Islands. And it looks to be a very deep quake, a very large earthquake. You could see by the ring here, it's going to encompass a very, very large area. Yeah, this is definitely not looking good, folks. A magnitude 8.0 deep earthquake. We've already had the deepest recorded earthquake over in Indonesia about a little over a week ago, maybe less. And we were all waiting for the reverberation of this deep earthquake to see how it was going to affect other regions. And apparently it's been more than 7 days, and now we have the deep earthquake in the Solomon Islands, an 8.0. Yeah, that's definitely not good. That's definitely not good at all. We'll go ahead and jump back over here. I'm just going to go ahead and show you this region. You know, and this is the Ring of Fire. Now, they're not listing any of the earthquakes the way I have the map turned right here for the west coast of the United States. But this is the Ring of Fire, folks, and you could already see 11 hours ago a magnitude 4.8 in Japan, a 4.4 in the Philippines, a 4.3 in Burma, and right here, northern tip of Africa, a 4.4 in Egypt. Now, I do know there was another earthquake that just occurred somewhere here in Africa, but it's not listing yet. But we're definitely going to have some concerns. This earthquake, this is definitely going to affect the Mediterranean region, and I would definitely say to anyone who lives in the country of Italy, I would definitely say within the next 5 to 7 days, possibly sooner, you better be on watch. You better be on a serious watch in the country of Italy. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. And once again, also to the west coast of the United States. Now, we're going to go and just take a little closer look at the west coast here. And you can see these earthquakes are swarming. They are getting, a little bit bigger in magnitude. Now, you're still having a lot of minor quakes, these micro quakes, but they're also undergoing another damaging rainstorm that is coming into the west coast. And I do have a really good weather map, and I just want to take a look at this real quick and see what's actually occurring right now over in the west coast. I'm going to take a look at their weather and this storm coming in. I know they were having big problems with flooding in Houston and also some flooding in California. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and pan over here to the United States, and I want to take a look at this coming into California. Okay, let's look at the precipitation. Well, you can see right there, there's a very large system, very heavy rains. You can see by my cursor, we're just going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more so we can get some measurements on this rain. Almost looks like a little mini cyclone of some kind. Really just battering the coastline of California. So they're definitely going to be getting drenched on the west coast, and probably within the next 7 days, maybe less, maybe slightly more, I would definitely look for some increased earthquake activity all along the region, all along the west coast of the United States, Mexico, all the way down into South America. There's just absolutely no doubt, with a magnitude 8.0 falling exactly where it did in the Solomon Islands. This is going to be felt all the way across the Pacific in a matter of days. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and stay on top of this. I have already checked into the tsunami warning. They do have a warning as of right now. And there are no reports coming out yet of any type of damage. However, taking a look at where this earthquake hit, and again, some agencies are showing 2 8.0 magnitude earthquakes. Now, this is only showing one on the North Solomon Island, dead center, and it looks to be, I'm trying to zoom in here to see, it's slightly on land. It's very, very hard to say. Very close to land or partially on land and on the coast. And you can see there are two either small villages or towns located right dead center in the middle of the epicenter of this earthquake. I would definitely look to see damage in both of these areas with an 8.0 magnitude earthquake followed by another one. And I'm sure they'll be having many aftershocks. We will definitely stay on top of this. And this is probably going to be an all-nighter. So, folks, stay tuned. Thank you for watching the Nibiru channel.